Chapter 283. They were torn off. Incomprehensible. Though I was going to be the one doing the tearing off, why was mine torn off instead? It's strange. I feel like I've caught a glimpse of the mystery of the world. Therefore, please contain your anger. I'm seriously begging you, Demon King-sama. It's that. Talking about breasts in front of the Demon King is taboo. Probably height as well, since she's small. Speaking of this amounts to risking one's life, no doubt. I'm too afraid to speak about it. Well, whether they're torn off or whatever, they can be restored easily enough. But the Demon King's eyes at that time gave me this unfathomable fear. That expression in her eyes somehow feels like something that could come from the pages of a horror manga. Dangerous. Those eyes belong to someone who has already killed people. I'm sure the Demon King had the human slaughterer title or similar. For her, killing is normal. Damn it, I was told by the Demon King not to take revenge upon the booby, and so just how can I vent this rage which has nowhere to go? Eeh! Sacrifice located. Today's sacrifice is a well-known vampire girl-san. Let's inquire about her current state of mind. And no monkeys! I don't want anything to do with monkeys again! While screaming about monkeys the moment she saw my face, Vampire Girl attempts to flee. How damn rude. Don't think that you can escape from me, okay? I immediately catch hold of Vampire Girl as she tries to flee. I seize her by the scruff of the neck, preventing her escape. As she still tries to move her feet despite that, Vampire Girl gets magnificently bent over. I look down at the Vampire Girl's body. While she thrashes around with her face forced up, she's as big as well. I'm not going to say where, but she's certainly bigger than me. Shall I tear them off? What is it? Perhaps she sensed my threatening mood, as Vampire Girl started crying while struggling. You're too old to be crying still. Somehow, doesn't it seem like she's regressed to a baby? Is she going to be okay? What is occurring here? Maybe she heard Vampire Girl crying and shouting as Philomena-chan walks in, because of which the moment she sees the unsightly state the Vampire Girl is in, she snorts in amusement. Okay. It somehow seems like her gaze is totally showering Vampire Girl with contempt. It's nothing. Perhaps her meager pride was triggered as she suddenly stands up straight as if her unsightly loss of self-control has never happened. But I still have her by the scruff of the neck after all, so she's almost in a silly Inabauer pose. On seeing that, Philomena-chan has a scornful smile again, and Vampire Girl's face instantly turns red. You guys sure get along well, huh? What's with this situation? Once again, some new guests arrive, Oni-kun and Meta, though I thought it was an odd combination for a moment, but come to think of it, since the two of them are having to take part in various discussions about the reorganizations of the armies, it's not strange for them to be meeting face-to-face, I guess. Unlike the other armies, Oni-kun's group and Mera's group aren't going through any large-scale replacements, but they still have some minor adjustments taking place, Having her shameful appearance seen by her attendant Mera, Vampire Girl struggles violently with her face a bright red. However, I don't let go of my grip at the scruff of her neck. I'll enjoy looking at the shameful appearance of Vampire Girl for a little longer. This indescribable foolishness is healing my heart. Shiro-sama, Hojo-sama is suffering. Mera spoke, unable to simply watch. Taking a look at her red face is gradually turning pale. Vampire Girl is struggling quite seriously after all, so in turn I've kinda had to put a decent amount of strength into my grip on her neck. Though I'm gripping her from behind, it seems that I've stopped her breathing and her blood circulation. Well, I'm sure she won't die if I continue to keep my grip up. It seems like it could be troublesome, so I reluctantly let go. After she suddenly becomes free when her body had been bent like a prawn, naturally Vampire Girl's body succumbs to gravity and meets the ground. Since it was head first, she made a pretty decent thud. With tears in her eyes, Vampire Girl is now lying sprawled with her arms and legs outstretched. OMG, this is such fun. The three people who saw me torment Vampire Girl each have their own particular reaction. Despite having an expression that says, serves you right, Philomena-chan's cheeks are twitching. Seems like she's filled with trepidation in her innermost thoughts, and maybe one day she herself might be targeted with such treatment. Don't worry, I won't do it. Almost certainly. Probably. Maybe. I think. Despite being shocked, Oni-kun has an expression indicating that he has nothing he can say. However, I can sense a reproachful look towards me in his eyes. Yep, you want to tell me not to do the things that people hate, right, Oni-kun? Don't worry. With repeated training, eventually even bullying can cause feelings of ecstasy, as stated in bondage-type adult games. As for whether or not Vampire Girl is actually, or whether Vampire Girl is actually. Whether is bad. Whether Vampire Girl is actually an S or an M, I think she's an M. Mera might be expressionless, but his face is full of affection, as if he is a nursery teacher watching children frolic about. Are you her guardian? Yep, he is. Mera-san. Hey, Mera-san, this girl has grown up to be quite pitiful, but are you really okay with taking such an indulgent stance? Okay, so it was me who forced her into such a shameful scene, though. Vampire Girl slowly stands up, dusting down her clothes. After deliberately clearing her throat, she turns around with a straight face. Goshujin-sama, when you have some task for me, please call out to me normally. What are you spouting off about when you're the one who tried to run away the instant you saw my face before I even had a chance to call you out? Call out to you. It seems she wants to pretend that the shameful scene just now never happened. Well, it was fully witnessed by more than half of the people here, though. But still, a task, huh? Actually, a task came up while this little comedy skit was taking place. I lay a hand on Vabargel's shoulder, and then we teleport. Our destination is Natsume-kun's location. Goshijin-sama, if you have some task for me, then please actually call out to me normally. Vabargel is saying something, but I ignore it. Oh, she said that. On hearing the voice, two people who were originally in this room turn around to face us. One is the owner of this room, Natsume-kun, the other is Emoto-chan. However, there's another person in this room sitting on a chair. That person is staring into empty space with a vacant expression. That person is Hasebe-san, a candidate for becoming the next saint. Yep, they actually made a move on this girl who was under the auspices of the divine word religion. The face of the Pope comes to mind. Another fine mess, perhaps? Okay, yeah. I don't know, there's not much to say. A little bit more. Well, I mean, yeah, we had that fun little scene there, and now we're going into some more world building with the what's going on with the other little group here, Natsume and all that. But she's just a bully. I mean, yeah, Sophia, she's like not gonna die. She heals quickly too. But she is such a bully, especially when she's drunk. Oh, goodness.